Okay, it says it's recording. I think the amber light means that it's recording, because I did see the light flash green to begin with, so I think that's normal. I think that's allowed. The amber light just means it's rolling. The green light means power. I think that's how it works. When it first powers up, it gives you a green light. That's what I'm guessing anyway. At least I hope so. I hope that's the case. I've got it situated now. The reason I'm concerned is the camera kind of took a fall here. And so I have it pointed. At the window inside my beast of a computer that I built. It still needs, it's an ongoing project. It's always going to be an ongoing project, I think, but it's a beast, and I'm going to need different materials for it to do with it what I want. All in due time, all in due time. The topic of my narrative this evening basically is, well, I think I may entitle it Too True. I made a statement here recently on a friend's post in Facebook where I said too true. And I thought maybe I'd qualify those words, because I've used that term many times on Facebook, and I wonder at what some people might think about me using words like that, because just because I think something means something to me does not necessarily mean that that's what it means to someone else. I have to be careful with dogma. And so I'm going to elaborate a little bit about that when I say that something is too true. The reason I say something is too true, why I use that, is because some things are really too true for other people to even handle. They're so true that they're more than what humanity can bear. And this person made a very strong statement about slavery and the way the North American indigenous people were treated when the colonialists came to America. And it's the truth. I mean, it's so true, it's too true for humanity to even suffer it. So what they do is they bury it. You know what I mean? It's too true for humanity to actually handle the truth. I can't remember who it was in that movie who said, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. And that's the case with a lot of things today. People can't handle the truth. It's too true. It's too true. I mean, there are things I really wish to God they weren't true, but they are true. They're too true. They are exposing humanity for what it's become. And, it's no joyride. It's no picnic. Being a member of the human race, when you see a lot of problems and conditions in our society today. Yes, there's still beauty in the world, but it's waxing cold. It's sad, but it's vanishing. Beauty is vanishing from this earth, and I'm sorry to say, but it is. And we like to think that we're so far advanced in our society, in our civilization, We're so loving and accepting of one another, and we're so far from it. I mean, our society is so far from it. There's so much deception. There's always these ulterior motives and evil lurking behind every door. It just, it's bad. Like people using cancer, for example, for an excuse to generate money. When the cure, let me tell you something, friend, the cure for cancer was discovered a long time ago. In fact, there are many very effective cures for cancer, and you can't get them in North America. They're, either patented or they're illegal. Good coffee. I needed that. I need to clear my throat a bit. The wife makes good coffee. But, that's the truth. Okay? But because the whole cancer industry has grown so huge, I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry now. So, why would they want to find the cure when they can make so much money pretending they're trying to find the cure when they found the cure and the cure and the cure and the cure over and over again? Well, you see, that is the reality, and it's too true. It's too true. That's one of those too true conditions where something is so true that to actually embrace it, you could get burned, from that truth. See, I'm learning more and more. People don't really want the truth. They don't really want to hear the truth, I used to think people really, wanted to know the truth. But they don't want to know the truth. No. They want their escapist delusions. Anything that can bring them comfort. Anything that can bring them, temporary happiness. Temporary pleasure. That's what people want. They don't want truth. No. They don't want truth because the truth is too painful. People today still seem to have this foolish notion that they deserve nothing but the best. That they deserve it. It's got nothing to do with earning it. It's got very little to do with being worthy. They just deserve it. And they're going to decide who deserves what. And everybody's, deciding who deserves what. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. And it'll be too true for most people to embrace. But I'm going to tell you the truth anyway. Anyone coming to the age of understanding, having rejected God, deserves to burn in hell. I'll repeat myself. Anyone coming to the age of understanding and learns about God and rejects God deserves to burn in hell. That's what they deserve. That's all they deserve. Now that may sound harsh, and I think that's going to sound harsh to a lot of people. And I think a lot of people would, say that I'm a bigot. I think they would say that I'm, I'm wrong, or that, I'm being mild here. They have names for me, okay? But that's the truth. If you know about God, all right, and you reject God after knowing about God, and you reject God, you deserve to burn in hell. That's what you deserve. Okay? I'm not coming down on little children who are never taught about God. I'm not doing that. Okay? Because God, I know my God is just. I know my God is just. If something should happen to a little infant, All right? I believe that child will be with my Lord if they die in their infancy, okay, never knowing about God. I believe that, because God is just. That infant will know about God in its own special way anyway. The Word says that out of the mouths of babes, God has perfected praise. In many ways, a little child knows more about God than your average adult today. How sad that children are consistently robbed. I mean consistently by, the knowing adult population. It's a shame. It's a shame, brother, sister. It's a shame. Jesus said that if you don't receive God as a little child, there's no way you're going to enter into the kingdom. Christ said it. Don't get mad at me. I'm only the messenger. Anyway, people are going to get mad at me regardless, because I say things that are too true. Like my friend, Brother Yadayahu, he made a statement about slavery and about the indigenous peoples of North America. Okay? And these things were very true, hard truths. They were too true. Too true for most people to really take to heart and to consider. Okay? And they can develop all the dogma they want about justifying themselves. Oh, but they were pagans. But they were also human beings. And if we have Christ, we are supposed to have compassion on our brother. We're supposed to have mercy on our brothers and sisters. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to try to keep it short. But I'm going to make a statement. And I really would appreciate it if you consider my words. Just consider what I'm saying. If you would do that, I'd appreciate it. Some of you have already heard me talk about this. But for the record, I really want to elaborate it. I really think it's that important. If any of you can provide any hardcore proof, either written by my own hand or verbalized or stated on the internet or any other reproduction, that I declared out of my own mouth or by my own hand that, number one, my sister is a whore. Number two, that my wife is a whore. Number three, that my mother is a whore. Number four, that my sister is a whore. Or did I already say that? Number five, that my son's wife is a whore. If you can produce any evidence where I said directly any of those things, I would really like to see it. I said I would really like to see it. Because to the best of my knowledge, I never once declared that my wife is a whore. I never once declared that my mother is a whore. I never once declared that my sister is a whore. I never once declared that my niece is a whore. There's the other one. I never once declared that my son's wife is a whore. I never once declared those things. But if you can provide the evidence, maybe you can change my mind, and maybe you can make me lose face in the public eye. But I rather doubt it. I rather doubt it. I doubt that any of you, and you know who you are, can produce that. Yet, I have been wrongly accused of calling these women whores. And I don't ever remember making that statement. seems that a clarification, once again, is in order. So I will make that clarification here and now. I declared that most women in North America today are whores. I do not retract that statement. I'll say it again, in fact. It's too true, isn't it? It's too true. Most women in North America today are whores. Now, I'm not going to say the reason because I don't have the time. Upload time is really, a long process to get these videos online. But there are reasons for that. I'm not drawing halos over top the heads of men. In fact, a good friend of mine already stated that the men get what they deserve, and they do. Don't be whining about whores when you're a dog. I'm not whining about whores, I'm just declaring it. And I'm not a dog, by the way. I'm just declaring the truth. Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger. Most women in North America today are whores. Period. Bottom of the line. It doesn't detract from the fact that most men today in North America are dogs, and dogs, is my opinion, they're worse than whores. And I've already gone into the reasons in that in another video of mine. But the fact remains. Now, if my mother is upset with this, she's never come to me with this, alright? She's never confronted me with this. If my niece is upset with this, well, she'll have to deal with it, I guess. She'll have to deal with it whatever way she can, because I don't expect that she will be that receptive to the truth. I don't think she will be that receptive to the truth. I did not directly call her a whore. I never said to my niece, "You are a whore." I never said to my sister, "You are a whore." But apparently, allegedly, I made that statement. Allegedly, somebody has said that I have said that. I'd like to see the evidence. I'd like to see the proof. I rather doubt it. Okay, I'll take care of it, honey. One moment. I'll be back. I don't want to have to splice this video. That was my sweet little daughter there. She wanted me to put her back to bed. Anyway, the fact of the matter remains that until they can produce that evidence that I declared any one of these to be a whore, they ought to keep it zipped. Because that is a profound non-truth. That is a profound lie to declare that I called any one of these a whore. That is a lie. That is a falsehood. Secondly, what I'm wondering about now is why they're so defensive. You see, what I had stated was this: a woman who goes from man to man to man, engaging in sex with man after man after man, is a whore. That's what I stated. Why get upset about it? I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it proudly then. Or don't wear it at all. Stop being a whore. Easy answer. Easy solution. I mean, if the shoe fits, okay, it fits. So now I'm concerned. Why are these women all so defensive? I mean, I don't go around following around. They have their own personal life. I respect that. Well, actually, my son would probably beg to differ. His statement would be something like this: hey, if you've got nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? Well, ladies, if you got nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? Maybe my son has a point. If you got nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? Why are you all upset? Wear your badge proudly then. And if it doesn't fit, then it doesn't concern you. And if it doesn't concern you, then why come against me for telling the truth? I'll say it again. A woman who goes from man to man to man, having sex with every one of these men, going from bed to bed to bed, is a whore. Now, you can fix that. If you really think you're a whore, I mean, I didn't call you a whore, but if you think you're a whore, stop being a whore. It's that simple. I mean, if you can't be proud of it, I mean, from what I've seen on the internet here, there's a lot of women very proud of being whores, And what do they call themselves? Oh, they call themselves sluts. Sluts, and we're proud of it. Okay? All right? I mean, if you can't join the ranks of those and be proud about it, instead of all defensive, and all angry, and all, up in arms, and saying that I'm being disrespectful for telling the truth, that a woman who goes from bed to bed to bed with man upon man upon man is a whore. I mean, if you can't accept that, if you have a problem with that definition of whoredom, deal with it. And if it doesn't apply to you, well then, why are you upset with me? I didn't call you a whore. You see, there are some lies being told. Somebody is initiating some falsehood, some very strong falsehoods, or there's some really serious misinterpretation going on here, in which case somebody is still listening to a liar, a whisperer, a false spirit, a lying spirit, because I did not call any of these women directly whores. I defined the word whore, and I defined it based on biblical principles. If you got a problem with it, don't listen to it. It's really that simple. I mean, if you got a problem with it, but I mean, you shouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, if you are a whore, right? So what? So you're a whore. I mean, we have to put a name on it, right? We have to describe it. I mean, I write material, so I'm a writer, okay? A mechanic, he's called a mechanic. Why? Because he fixes mechanical things, or she fixes mechanical things. They're called mechanics, right? A woman who goes from bed to bed to bed, having sex with man after man after man, is a whore. Deal with it. But when you get personal about it, you go on the personal defense about it, what does that say about you? Why does that bother you? Well, you called me a whore. Oh, well, hey, listen, honey, if the shoe fits. I hope you can follow the logic here. I hope it's not too true for you. I hope it's not too true. But evidently, somebody thinks I called them a whore. And I've been falsely accused of that, calling them whores. I'd love to clear up that matter, because, I'm being slandered here. I'm being falsely accused of doing something I didn't do. And I know I have some viewers out there that are family members, and I think that this will eventually dissipate to them. I am concerned because there could only be one reason they'd be taking it that personally, I think. You know, to actually take my words and twist them and make them say that I said, I called them that. Them, personally, that. Well, produce it. Produce it. You know, I want to see it in my own hand. Or I want to hear it in one of my own videos. Okay, I want the evidence. If you cannot provide the evidence, stop slandering me and stop spreading lies about me. Because I have lies written in somebody's handwriting right now. Lies. Lies admissible in a court of law. Defaming my character. Accusing me of calling certain whores. And I never did. I never did. I don't like slander. I don't like my character being defamed by liars. And that's why I'm putting this up. I think really what it comes down to is I made a statement that was too true. It was too true. And they couldn't handle the truth. I think that's really what it is. Anyway, for those of you who have taken the time to actually listen to what I shared here in this video, God bless you. Thank you for listening. Bible says women who do that, they're whores. I will not retract my statement. I think it's a pretty good assessment. Bible says that men who do that, you know, all these baby daddies out there jumping from woman to woman to woman, neighing after their neighbor's wife and not committing themselves to their women. Bible says those men are dogs. I think that's a pretty good assessment considering what a dog is like, the nature of a dog. I'm not going to dispute that. I think these are really good definitions. I think they really, you know, put things in perspective. Perhaps maybe for some, they're too true. But for others, I think you know. I'm telling the truth. God bless you. God bless you, and thank you for listening.